Shungite, Shungite, Shungite. Yeah. What's happening, everybody? We're talking about this magical rock, or at least supposedly. We're talking about this rock called Shungite, however you want to say it. I can't pronounce it for the life of me. We're gonna call it Shungite for the video. But there's a lot of applications and a lot of stuff this rock does. Now, I'm a big fan of it personally, and we'll talk about some things that I like about the rock, some things that I don't like about the rock, what this rock does. It's gonna be that sort of video. Now, keep in mind, I am not a scientist, okay? And we're talking about something that has a lot of science behind it and a lot of things going on inside of it. That's what makes it special. So if I say something that's a little bit, like I'm not a scientist, So if you have questions about some of the, practical stuff about it, your local scientist, just give them a call. Just say, hey, Bill, can you tell me more about this rock? So there's many different applications for this rock to be used. You can use it to block EMF radiation. You can use it to healing. You can use it to wash your hair, to clean your face. Supposedly it helps with acne. Do I look good? Does my face look good? You can use it as structured water because the carbon is made out of fullerene. You can use it to purify the water. If for whatever reason you want really low pH water, this'll do it. It's also known as the grounding rock. All these different things. So first of all, one application to be using Shungite in is to block EMF. Now, if you don't know what EMF is electromagnetic fields. And if you don't know why that is bad, once again, call Bill, ask him about EMF. It just disrupts the cells and it does a lot of stuff to it that's actually quite nasty. And it shows that we're kind of not really meant to be, looking at the stuff all day. So because of the carbon that this is made out of, which is known as fullerene or fullerenes, it's a certain structure of carbon. It's known to neutralize or basically deaden EMF radiation or EMF just in general. Now, it's not like you place it in a room and you're like, oh, it's like a slow, gradual process. You start to feel better after, maybe placing these little triangles around the room. I have some on my phone. Can y'all see that? Then you have a necklace that you can wear. And that's, for some people, this is a bit extreme, but I mean, to me, it's like, hey, it's a cool looking rock I get to wear around my neck. Now, something to keep in mind is there are two different types of Shungite. You have noble elite Shungite, and then you have, your bottom of the barrel type of stuff, your regular old rocks. And the difference is just the amount of carbon. Elite to noble is usually like 90 to 98% carbon, and then maybe the other stuff is like 50 to 70 or something, like some sort of bad ratio where, if you can get it as close to carbon, as much of that fullerene as possible, then you're good to go. Now the next application is drinking these. Well, you don't drink the rocks, you drink water that's been in the rocks. But because it's carbon, we know that it purifies water, right? Carbon does that. However, this specific type of carbon, like the fullerene, is known to structure the water and have a lot of health benefits to the water. You can do external use, cleaning your body, washing your body. And also, I think that it has something to do with the acidic level because it has a low pH. I believe it's anywhere from like 3 to 5 pH. But there's also a lot of people claiming there's crazy health benefits with drinking this on a daily basis. And that may be true. That may be very true. It also may be very false. This might just be water. There's only one way to tell, right? Tastes rocky. Now, it's important if you are interested in making Shungite water to have the correct water to rock ratio. But what is it like, okay, to drink this stuff on a daily basis, which I've done for almost, I'd say it's been a little over a month. What is it like to do it? So let's talk about, first of all, my experience with just the rock in general, and then we'll talk about this. So first of all, you can see that I had this on my phone, I had this on my neck, I had these placed around my room, etc. I focus on health, that's my main priority, right? So I do a lot of different stuff. And when I can tell a difference in something, that's kind of like a big deal, because I'm constantly listening to my body, seeing how I feel, and making sure that I'm doing the correct thing. So there was a day where I forgot to wear the necklace, and I felt off balance. I felt kind of weird, and I was like, what is going on? And I was like, I don't know, it was just, I felt different than I normally did, and it was simply just because I wasn't wearing this necklace. And I think for some reason I changed my phone case or something like that, and so I didn't have this on it, and I could tell a difference. So I think it's a gradual thing. When you do go a day without wearing it, it's when that EMFs really actually affect you. Now, what about the drinking of the Shungite water? Okay, so this was kind of something that I added on, and I kind of didn't like, because I also had to be drinking more higher pH water to balance out the levels. Now, do I notice a difference drinking the water? Honestly, no, I don't. I don't notice any difference as far as I'm not really going through any major issues. Maybe my skin looks good. I don't know. It's too early to tell. But I would personally believe, I do believe this, if you were to drink this water for years and years consecutively, there might be a lot of benefits and a lot of de-aging factors and all this different stuff inside of this water. The point is I love the stuff that it's made out of, and they've been actually drinking Shungite water for a long time. It's actually been really, it's been in history for a long time. The rock comes from Russia, but yeah, I don't notice a difference with just drinking the water by itself. I think it's tastes good, and it looks cool, but there's not going to be some crazy, you drink it and you're like, oh my God, it's just, now there's also a lot of, supposedly people meditate with this stuff, saying that it has, the magical powers where, it will ground you. They do certain, they have, these rollers, and there's people who believe that, it cures cancer. I mean, all this different stuff that I just can't back myself. But at the same time, stuff like this is something that, if it does work, it's not going to be an immediate, it's something that takes a long time for you to go through it and to be kind of trusting in it. Also, placebo. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Placebo, we know it's real. It could definitely be an additive here. So what is my suggestion? Buy the water, drink the water, buy the stuff, wear the stuff, put it around your house, and just see how you feel, okay? It's, I maybe spent, $50 on all this stuff, It's not that expensive. And if the benefits are true, then it's worth it. Just saying.